Hello, movie lovers. Bob for Bob's movie review here, and today I'd like to review for you a movie I just watched called To Kill a Mockingbird. This one was provided to me for review by Universal Pictures. If you do get a chance to check this one out, love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. I'll be sure to include more information, click the links to purchase one down in the description. Now, this is the brand new 4K transfer. It does also include a newly remastered Blu-ray. First off, let's talk about my thoughts on the video quality of this, because I think that's what most people are going to be interested in. Now, I watched the 4K movie and I thought it looked good, and I really didn't have any complaints. I thought it was probably standard, maybe a little less than what I consider standard for a black and white 4K. It's black and it's white, you know? The picture was pretty clear, lots of detail. It looked good. So I was curious. I threw in the Blu-ray. It looked almost identical. I don't know that most or very many people are really going to see much difference between the 4K and the Blu-ray. I did feel like the 4K had a little less noise. It's maybe I was just imagining it, but there is kind of a bit of noise in the Blu-ray, and it's also in the 4K, but I felt like it was maybe a little less, and maybe just a little crisper picture, but I mean, I don't think most people are going to notice a huge difference in the quality. And as I said, this does have a newly remastered Blu-ray, so I'm not sure about previous Blu-ray releases, but I think you're going to experience a pretty similar picture quality. Now, for the movie, this is based on the book. You probably read it in school. I know I read it in school. I don't remember a lot of the reading about it in school, but I do remember reading it. I was kind of curious if maybe we watched the movie in school. I don't know if that's a thing where people watch this movie in school. I didn't particularly remember ever watching this movie, but I vaguely felt like maybe I had seen it in school, but I could just be imagining that. It's a long one, a little over 2 hours, and it's this kind of real small town. I believe it's taking place during the Depression. They do mention the stock market crash, and I don't think we get a whole lot of other clues the exact time of the movie. But the main character, he is a lawyer, and he's basically appointed or asked or whatever to defend a African-American man who has been accused of raping and beating this white woman. Now, it really doesn't go a whole lot into the investigation. It does focus more on the prejudice. But before we get to that, they do kind of talk about the neighbor, Boo Radley, and they don't really know a lot about him, but they think he's like some kind of monster chained up inside, and his dad's really mean, and they don't really, it's just kind of confusing what's going on there. And then we get into the trial of this man, and Atticus really does a good job defending him and leaving lots of reasonable doubt as to his guilt or not. And unfortunately, because of the time period, everybody is super racist. And I know it's easy to look back and say, well, these people were wrong for thinking that way, but it's just, that's what people were taught. And so it's hard to get away from what you're taught and what you grow up with. And to them, they weren't wrong for being racist. But I mean, obviously now we can look back on it and say, these were really horrible times and really scary times for a lot of people. And then so he ends up getting found guilty, and then that's kind of over, and the kids are attacked by this man, and the neighbor comes and saves them. And this movie is really about intolerance, and kind of about how people are taught to be intolerant and racist, and things really aren't as they seem, and people should have a much more open mind. Now, I enjoyed the movie. It is kind of slow. There's lots of really slow parts, over a 2-hour runtime. It is a great kind of moral story, and so I did enjoy it, but it isn't one that I particularly loved. But I definitely think it's worth a watch. I give this one a 3 out of 5. Hope you did enjoy the video. If you haven't already subscribed for more videos, delicious videos, and I'll see you guys next time.
Okay, the video is done. Choose another video. Still here? Subscribe and visit my social media links.